National Executive Committee members, National Committee members, the chairs of our counties, and to all our directors, welcome to the Kpsa AGM 2021. Our conservative estimates indicate that annually private schools save the government well over 30 billion shillings in form of free primary and free secondary capitation funds, teacher services funds, establishments cost, maintenance costs, among other costs that go directly into funding basic education. That employment number alone makes us a very important player in the education space. Our growth strategy as an association has seen us go organize our regions, and this was a growth strategy started under the previous chair, Mr. Wangai. This organization at our regional level has made and ensured that we have a smooth transition during the appointments of county education boards. Our directors and our members of our county executive committees have continued to grow stronger and stronger each year as our counties embed themselves as valuable stakeholders in the delivery of education at county level. Kpsa has as well continued to grow. We have seen our subcommittees take charge of some of the international benchmark committees. And here I really want to celebrate the Kindergartens in Action subcommittee and their annual trip. We've seen them travel to Mauritius. We've seen them plan a trip to Ghana. We hope that once the pandemic and once immunization has gone through, that we can see the resumption of some of these trips. And I urge all the other subcommittees to step up and really take charge of their areas. We have seen our regions hold regional conferences, and we have also seen our North Rift Conference become a staple calendar event for the association. This is a growth strategy and trajectory that was set by previous chair, Mr. Kabwe, and I am very proud to say that our NEC has continued and grown these conferences. The North Rift Annual Conference has become a major to-attend event for all members of Kpsa. It has become a two-day event that caters for both directors and our head teachers. I wish to also report that our Kpsa examinations have fully embraced our CBC model of assessment and now is one of the most respected exams in the country. And we are very proud that we have been part and parcel of this growth of our examination sector. The National Executive Committee has continued to embrace change and growth for the association. We have had subcommittees that were established by previous chairs. For instance, the oldest subcommittee is the Next Gen subcommittee and the secondary schools subcommittees, which were established under the chair, Mr. Kabwe. We have since then grown those subcommittees to cater for the various segments of our association. We have the kindergartens, we have the faith-based institutions, we have the special needs education institutions, and increasingly now we have smaller groups that look like they are going to be important parts of our association, the teacher training, as well as the emergent international schools who are Kpsa members. These subcommittees have proved to be invaluable in ensuring that Kpsa remains at the foreground in training of our teachers, of our directors, and tackling emergent issues and pushing for the highest quality and standards in Kpsa. I really wish to congratulate the subcommittees, especially, and allow me to point out these subcommittees for exemplary work and participation in the overall activities of Kpsa. The Kindergarten Subcommittee has been very vibrant in moving around the country to ensure that our members understood CBC rollout and new teaching strategies. The Special Needs Subcommittee has been very, very key in helping us change our mindsets towards inclusion of all students in our schools. We have seen our Next Gen continue in their own quiet way to strengthen our succession plans and our next generation directors. We have seen the secondary school subcommittee slowly become a force to be reckoned with, and every year we see how they stamp the authority around the KCPE time to ensure that parents, schools, directors are educated on the place of the Kpsa private schools. The faith-based subcommittee is also now very firmly embedded in our association, and we look forward to seeing a lot more going on in the faith-based subcommittee. The COVID-19 pandemic and the associated decisions by the government to protect its citizens has had wide-ranging impacts on education and the survival of private schools across the country. As a result of our soberness, Kpsa was included in the COVID-19 committee that mapped out the reopening of education sector. But before even then, Kpsa quickly moved to provide guidance to its member schools on how to mitigate the crisis on the following critical areas: teaching and learning support during the period of school closure, the financial impact arising from the closure of schools, the management of private school staff and their compensation during this period of the pandemic, school health preparedness and what private schools needed to know and do as they prepared for post-COVID reopening, possible government intervention measures to cushion private schools, and the legislative interventions needed to support private schools post-COVID-19. And we are very proud to say that in the end, it is our roadmap, our suggestions, our proposal on how to reopen schools that was in the end adopted. The pandemic has had impacts on all of us, and many things are not as were before the pandemic. And these are some of the challenges that going forward the association will have to deal with. We will have to get back to our previous performance in KCPE. We will have to embed our Kpsa secondary schools in the large scheme of things as we negotiate Form 1 selection criteria. And here we continually and consistently continue to urge our primary school counterparts to carve a space for our private secondary schools. We are all one association. We are left here now with an agenda on our table as we look forward to this transition. It is clear that the Next Generation Committee has its work cut out as far as succession planning for our schools is concerned. We cannot do this without our senior members. We have seen that for us, we have to continue discussions on business viability and strategic planning for our schools. We have seen that the association must continue to be the only voice of the private sector. We have seen that advocacy is the only way out of some of the issues that continue to bombard us. We have seen that our unity as an association is very important to our existence as private schools. These matters we must deal with going forward, and we must have an association that keeps us together no matter what. We must never become a union. We have seen how governments deal with unions, and this is not how we wish to be dealt with as private providers of education. I join a long list of past chairs since 1994 who will continue to support this association to deliver its mandate to our members. I am also proud to be the only second next generation person to join the National Executive Committee, the first being Madam Betty Kimani, who was the secretary of the association. I am very proud to have opened the door to women in the association, in the top slot of the association. I hope that going forward, the association can consistently embrace our constitution in ensuring that the 30% gender rule is always represented at the National Executive Committee level and at the National Committee level. I wish to give a special thanks to the National Executive Committee that I have served with for the last 5 years. I wish to give special thanks to Mr. Isaiah Babu for his dedication throughout our term of office, traveling and being present wherever he was needed, being there to set up the dream of Kpsa to have its own insurance agency. I wish to thank our secretary for being steadfast. I wish to thank our treasurer for being extremely dedicated and very, very focused on the job of treasurer. I wish to give a special thanks to Mr. Ndungu, our assistant secretary, for being our team leader on various delegations and our voice of reason and sobriety in all our deliberations. I wish to give Madam Rukia a special thanks as well for being so steadfast, for being the representative voice of the Coast region, always, for being a representative voice, sometimes even for our faith-based institutions of the Islamic persuasion. Without this team, I don't think we would have made it to where we are. Our National Executive Committee is an honorary one, and thanks to the vision of previous chairs who set up a secretariat, I wish to now extend my thanks to the Kpsa Secretariat for the work they have done to support us as a NEC. Without the Secretariat, headed by the CEO and his entire team, this association would not be where it is. Without our CEO, we would not be where we are today. I wish to extend a very special thanks and encouragement to our Secretariat that we are on the right path, that we have the right CEO, that we are headed for even greater things. God bless you all, and